Alright guys, it's a cleanup day. It rained this morning, but by this afternoon the sun was out, the water is drying up, and I was moving my lumber over because I need to put the sill down. Of course, the lumber is right where the sill is going. So that's been today's job, clean up and get it all ready. We're supposed to have 4 or 5 nice days, and we're going to jump on it. Anyways, shoo a bug off my shoulder. Anyways, my wife bought me this gift back, oh god, before we started building it. I'm still living with Winooski, and I put it away, and I wanted to put it up. I haven't had a place to put it, so finally I'll zoom in on it and show you guys. Ta-da! Vermont Country Workshop. It's actually cast aluminum. Nice heavy sign. But just thought I'd show you guys. I finally figure I might as well christen the place and put it up. I've changed my mind on this a little bit, but it did give me a couple days of grief. What you're looking at in the background there is the window section, is the frame for a window, and where that's going to go is between the two walls. I kept thinking about which bays I'm going to use the most and which will have the largest work in it. The middle bay is, if you will, the open bay. The middle bay will be if you want to bring an RV in here and work on it, if you're bringing a car in here and work on it. If you bring a car and you want to do body work, let's say, you know, open both doors. That takes a lot of room if you think of it. On each side, you open doors to be able to get around it. And so that kind of really, more and more I thought about it and worried me a little bit. So I was thinking on my machine shop, what's the biggest thing I've ever machined in my life? What's the biggest part? And, you know, I've got big machines compared to me, what most people have, but not compared to a large machine shop. I worked at Westinghouse Electric once when I was taking my apprenticeship in Hamilton, Ontario. We had a lathe there, and it was a horizontal lathe where you could actually, the actual part turned, it was flat. The chuck, if you will, or the turntable was flat, and the tool stayed stationary, and you just turn the work. You could park 4 cars on the table. That's how they showed it when they opened it up, when they bought the new piece of equipment. They actually parked 4 cars on it. So I've worked on some large equipment. We've had some large equipment. But this is my home shop. I have a Bridgeport mill. My lathe, I think, has a 42-inch capable thing. I might want to get a little bit bigger one. I think my longest lathe right now is 8 feet in total. So yeah, they're not huge machines, if you will. They're large, but not huge. You won't be carrying parts on forklifts to work on my machines. There's nothing I have that's that big. So, anyhow, I thought I could afford to take a little bit more of the machine shop up for the steps to go upstairs instead of taking up this main room. Because if you put it in here, you're going to take 3 or 4 feet, depending on how wide you make the steps up in this room here, and that might really restrict you from opening doors or whatever. If you look at my RV, you know, it's got a 6-foot wide door on it, so the RVs are 8 feet wide, and then you open a 6-foot door on it, and then the wheelchair ramp comes extending past that. So let's not go that direction. Anyway, since I moved the stairs over, and they're an L shape. I'll explain this some one of these days. I got nothing better to do with my life, but they're a little bit of an L shape. The back part, you go up partway straight, then you turn, you go up to the upstairs. Since they moved back against now the wall, I had more room, and I didn't have a window in the middle bay because they were going to be under the steps. Well, now that the steps have moved, I have more room to put a window in. And it'd be nice to have a window in every bay. Just at least this bay would be nice to have one window just to look. So I chirped out a couple studs, built the frame, and the other wall going up will have a space in it so that I can just stand that frame between them where the windows, get that all tied in. That took a couple days of playing because I had to take the old ones out carefully, and that wall is not really held up by anything, so I'm bouncing around on it on a ladder and trying to get the studs out and without ruining everything. Anyhow, done. That's ready to go. The window frame is ready to go for that one. I built 2 more walls. Well, I'm working on the 3rd. You can kind of see in the distance there's 2 more. I built those, and I built them right here in front of me. I rolled them back off, so that's the back walls for the building are complete now. They're ready to go up. I'm going to build this one wall I'm working on right now, which will be the back right side corner, if you will. I'm working on that one right now, and you can see it's just about there. I'm just doing the blocking on it, and once I get the blocking done, I'll put a couple sheets on it, and then build this middle wall that tees into it, for the divider wall. And I'm going to try standing 4 of these up at once the same day. So that should give it self-supporting, because right now standing 1 or 2 of these up, they're just going to be flopping in the wind. And we've had so much rain, we've had some real thunderstorms come through. They've done some real damage, so I don't want to get into that. Any other changes? Before I put the sheets on, you saw me paint these other sheets, and some of them looking kind of rough. I'm a little bit worried about that, but there's nothing to do about it now. I tried to paint the sheet edges before I put it on, so at least that way they're well protected. I don't have to try getting paint down into the edges and everything else. So I've been trying to paint the edges with a little roller first, and then put the sheets down, see if that helps any. You saw me build these walls with straps. Instead of straps, I'm now using clamps to pull the 2 parts tight. No big difference. The straps work fine, and the clamps work fine. I don't know which one's better or worse. I'm thinking the clamps I'm going maybe a little bit faster on them. And I just started from one edge. As long as you got one good solid edge, it seems to work. That you can just make your way along. I'll show you that guys later, but that's just pulling the wood tight before I put the blocks in between. Otherwise, that's staying the same. Hey guys, just a quickie. I wanted to show you guys what I meant by clamping. You remember in the other wall I was using big straps around, and that works. There's no question. I will probably still do that on a couple of them. I used one last night to pull the top and the bottom because it's such a long distance. I was pulling the bottom plate and the top plate together, and I needed something long, so the straps work great for that. But as I'm going along putting these little blocks in, because I have one side guaranteed square, because I got such a heavy piece on that left-hand side, you see it's a C channel or a U channel. Actually, and I do that, it's a long story. A lot of people only put an L there. I actually put a U. I put an extra piece of wood in there, and it gives you a good solid piece for the side wall to join into, and it gives you a good solid corner on the outside when you want to nail any trim up or anything. Anyways, that's good and solid. It's not moving, so I've got something I can pull against. And these little clamps seem to be working great. My little mini bar clamps, whatever you want to call them. Let's see if I can zoom in. There we go. You can see I used 2 of them, one top, one on the bottom. Just put the block in there. Again, most people wouldn't do that. I know they wouldn't. They would just hold it up and snap and go bang with the nail gun. It's in. But if you don't do this, I'm finding the studs aren't perfect. They're twisted a little bit, and you get them moving a little bit, and they're not 100% square, and the block itself has a little gap maybe on one side, and that now pushes out my next stud a little bit. If you weren't blocking, it doesn't matter. Most people don't block, remember. Most people, if you've got a short wall 8 feet, there is no blocking in the wall. You just put the studs in, you put your sheet down, you can move the stud right and left easily with one hand, with one finger there on 8 feet, you can push it. And you just line it up at 16-inch centers, you put a nail in, and the sheeting will hold it square. It's the easiest thing in the world. Because I am blocking, that's the big difference. If your blocks are a little bit longer, a little short, you'll move those studs out, and there's no way of easily correcting them. You might have to scab a piece of wood on the side to make sure, because they might miss. You've only got 3/4 of an inch to hit on for each sheet if they come together on a stud. So anyhow, that's just something that I've changed up a little bit. All right, guys. Otherwise, it is just a beautiful day out. You can kind of see the mountains off in the distance there, and my baby Canadian geese have all grown up now, and they've kind of flown the nest. They're practicing. They come over every so often, and I think they're practicing for migration. Somebody told me, I'm not the wildlife person, but they told me that as they get big enough, that flying in V's do not come in normal, if you will. It's not a normal thing, that they actually have to be taught by some of the older ones to fly in the formation, and being able to take the lead and being able to, I guess the V not only gives them direction, but also helps them with the air, so the one out in the front breaks it a little bit, just like in NASCAR, and you can draft if you want. They use less energy. All the important things you learn from the National Geographic, or I wouldn't say History Channel, Natural Channel, whatever, Animal Channel. But, all right, guys, and back to the mountain. All right, I am back to work. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Good morning, friends, family, and anybody else out there watching. All right, it's Labor Day. Well, it's Labor Day weekend, Saturday. So what are we going to do? Labor. Guess that makes sense. I have 4 section walls in front of us laying here, plus the one that goes in between the 2 walls where I added the window, and I'm hoping to stand most of that up today. We'll see how the day goes. We got rain coming again tomorrow and rain the next day, so we'll see how far we get. We want to push a bit on this. We're, like I said, into September now, so we've got to get in gear. Let's see, what's happened the last time I've been a little lax on videos again. I've been video you're pushing to get the thing built. Okay, I turned 59, so I'm a whole year older. Woo! Old age is coming fast. My wife said it's here. I gotta get this baby done before I turn too old to use it. So I gotta push more. But hey, at 59, I don't think too many guys would try framing 4,500 square feet themselves either. So maybe I'm doing better than I am. Maybe I'm not. Who knows? It's just blocking that takes forever. The wall, they actually got the whole wall built in one day before without blocking. You know, a normal house again, you wouldn't block. So you just, you know, frame it, throw it up, put the sheeting on. The sheeting would hold them straight. But as soon as you start going into that blocking, God, it takes time. Then when I did the other one with the sheeting, that took forever because now you gotta paint the sheeting and cut it and do the edges. God, everything just takes more time. Anyways, let's see what else happened. You won't see my little baby, my fur baby, in the videos anymore. He's gone. Poor guy. I boo-hooed and boo-hooed over him for the last couple of days. I knew he was going. We probably should have put him down a year or two ago, but he just kept getting worse. He was blind and he was deaf, and about a year ago I know his back legs went, so whenever he wanted to go to the washroom I had to hold him back end up in the air so he could go and carry him around. But he still found a food dish and everything, and God, he'd been with me forever. I was trying to figure out, he was 18 or 19, so, you know, a third of my life that Buttons has been around. But finally last week I noticed her near the end of the week, I guess it was Sunday or Monday, he just stopped eating, and I said, this is probably the end. And sure enough, so that took a couple days out of my schedule here. Buried him out in the backyard in a nice quiet spot. So, but anyways, so he's done. So I got no more excuses, because he took a fair bit of my time. So it's time to get my butt in gear and get back out here and keep working. That's why I said I finished the one wall this week and got this one built, and it's time to start standing up. So I'll reposition the camera, clean this area up a little bit, get all rid of these blocks and that, start getting some straps on, and see where we can go. All right, guys, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you're all having a nice Labor Day out there. Cross your fingers, see where we get. All right, talk to you guys all soon. Bye-bye. All right, guys, we have cleaned up the area, gotten everything off the wall. I have put a lifting board, or what I call a lifting board, a tie together board or whatever. I think you guys saw me pull a wall apart once when I forgot to put, or tried not to put one, but it didn't work. So I put a lifting bar all the way across, screwed it to the top plate and to the stud so it shouldn't pull apart. And I've got the lifting hooks on there now, for the straps, so it should be ready to go. So let's see what happens. Not a perfect lift, but a lift. I can see two issues I've got. You can see number one, I was at the top of my reach, so I couldn't get any higher. I want to pull the wall off the floor, and I went a little bit sideways, it seems. I steered a little bit off. It didn't come in straight, and now that the strap on this side is only held on by a little bolt on that little thing, it didn't get, I don't know, I thought I put it on the other side of the washer, maybe I didn't. I thought I did. I don't know if it jumped off or fell off or slipped off or what, but the other one's okay, but I got one holding, but all right, let's do some reinforcing. Get this baby up. You can see the wind wants to take this one right away. It's not one of the straps holding it right now. I don't like that, but we'll get her going. All right, guys, first one's up on this side. We'll talk to you all in a while. Okay guys, we're going to try again. We got that one up. We pulled the straps off the top of it, and I rolled the back next wall in. Now you want to show you all the boring stuff, but lowered the back end and I re-put the hinges on. You might remember I had hinges on the back one, but I had to take them off to roll it back away. But I left the hinges in place. I was hoping I could get it to the right spot and find the holes again. That way it would self-locate. And it did. So I got that all done. Put a lifting bar in the front of this one again. And the boss says I'm working way too slow. So she came out here to watch me. Here it goes. Say hi. I can't even see the screen. Are you on the screen? You must be on the screen. Yep, there you go. Say hi, dear.
Hello.
There you go. She got tired of me. She says I'm just working too slow. She goes, I won't get this done till the snow flies. So, nah, she's been good to me. She just got tired of supervising and yelling at me from the porch. Alright, so here's this one ready to go up. So, let's see if I can get the camera somewhat zoomed in there and we'll see how it goes. Wish me luck. Hey guys, forgot to turn on the camera. I obviously rolled the other section of wall back, pain in the butt this way because I had to fit right between the other two, and got the hinges matched up again. And just halfway through the lift, see if I can squeeze it between those two walls. When it gets to the top, will be the bit of a pain because it might have to go right or left, just a hair to squeeze between them. We'll see how it goes. But anyhow, we're going for it. Okay, if you're wondering why I did that, I'm at the top of my reach. I don't go up any higher. And so I had to use the boom to try pushing further out. I wasn't purposely not going up higher. I needed to go up higher, but I just couldn't get the lift to go up any higher. That was get to the maximum angle. Then I had to use the boom to get the rest of the height pushed. I think we're there.
You gotta go forward a little.
Huh?
Forward a little, I think.
Yeah, I'm just hoping I can just push it that far.
Yep.
I need to get caught on this wall.
Looks good though if you just take.
Spring forward, believe it or not.
Yeah, if you take your ladder up there, it might be okay.
Yeah, I just gotta spring it that way. I think I hear. Don't want to. I think it's going to should I hit it?
Exactly.
So I'm trying to figure out how to just push it, nudge it, if you will. So, that would not be smart. I think that's what it's got to do. It's got to nudge that way a hair. Up on the wall. Oh, maybe it is a little further than I thought. Okay, it is. Not going forward. It is. One more piece in the middle, and I've got a gap in the middle. Not much, 1/4 inch maybe, maybe not even. I can't tell without going up there, but I can see daylight through it. That has got to be pulled together, so I'll have to get my straps and yank those two walls together. I'll probably screw those two sills that are touching, the ones I just pounded in together first, so that they don't come apart. You want them to stay together while I pull the other one. So I think I'm in pretty good shape otherwise. Just a little bit of a gap. Pull that one together and we'll measure it and see how close we are. Alright guys, I'll see you after supper. Bye bye. Alright, well, I lost my light again. I can't read a tape measure. Actually, it looks better in the viewfinder. Maybe this thing lightens it up a bit, but I got the back wall pretty well up. It's not in well yet, but it's not bad. It's all tacked together. The big thing I'm working on right now is that window piece in the middle. I forgot to turn on the camera to show you guys, but it's dangling kind of there by the one strap. I was trying to pull it in, which I did, and now I'm just trying to center it. And then there's a little bit of a gap between the two walls, not much, maybe 1/4 inch, maybe not even, but that needs to come together. So I'll probably try to fasten that window piece on one side first, and then use some straps and pull the whole wall into it, because that if there's a gap there, then the top will not be the right measurement and the roof trusses won't fit. So I need to pull that in, but we're getting there. You can kind of see, like I said, you can see the wall section, the window section is holding up there, and you can see the other walls we put up today. There's the wall we started with. Oh, excuse me. Just didn't get that one wall teed over. I'm standing, in fact, in the middle of that wall. Oh, excuse me. That one's got to go up and tee right in. All right, there where you see the 2x8. My days are ending earlier. I gotta get up earlier. All right, guys. Clean up time. Pull plastic over everything. The dudes are already getting heavy. I'll call it a night. You guys take care of yourself. Have a good one. Bye-bye.